If you saw my last video and know what's going on with my Ficus Audrey, I have the saddest update. It's even more sad if you knew what it looked like before all of this when I first got it. It's such a beautiful plant. This is what it currently looks like. Oh my gosh. It's exposing the green part below. There's some parts that are struggling a lot, but this leaf is hanging on strong. I'm not doing anything at this point. I'm just watching it happen. Something else I forgot to mention in my last video is I used Super Thrive on it too when I watered it after the repot, hoping it would help with the shock. I'm also in some workout clothes right now. I'm wearing Made the Label, and this is like one of my favorite sets because the bike shorts are so comfortable. I am gonna work out probably in the middle of the day. I'm trying to get into the habit of doing that because when I started working from home, I thought that I would have all the time in the world to be working out. But in reality, it's like I'm more glued to my laptop instead, which I haven't opened yet. I want to get into the habit of working out every day. I take Milo on really long walks to try to get my steps in and stay active somehow, but I'm going to make an effort to actually weight lift because I mean, we have the equipment downstairs. It's so weird that once we got the equipment, I feel like I worked out less. I worked out yesterday. I'm gonna work out today. Yeah, that's the update. It's currently Saturday morning and it's finally time to water the Ficus Audrey. I can show you what it looks like today. You can kind of see it over there too. The leaves that are green are sticking around. You can see there it's starting to kind of unravel up top. And there's some green under there. Looks like this part's growing too, so I'm gonna give it a thorough water. I think it's growing over there too. Gotta take that out. Now I am gonna wait for that to drain all down here. On Instagram, Steve sent me some photos. I will go ahead and insert them here. He had the same thing happen with his ficus. It dropped all of its leaves for a while and eventually he didn't move it anywhere. I did get a lot of suggestions to chop it all the way down and I will not be doing that. Being extremely dramatic, but I don't think it's dying necessarily. I think it's just in shock. So I'm not gonna chop it down to a stump and just leave it that way. I would rather just, if the leaves are all gonna drop, I will let that happen and just wait. And then I also got a lot of suggestions to go bring it outside, but I did have some hope from these photos because same thing happened and he left it alone, which that's what I'm doing. I'm just watering it when it needs to. Doing some laundry and I'm gonna go downstairs and work out. Shoot, I have to water that again. This is such a thirsty plant. See, it's nice to see that some of my plants are behaving like this over here. I think this is gonna be the last of the dead leaves. I am really thinking those other leaves are gonna stay on the plant, hopefully, because there's just a few left, but these I can compost them. The only thing I have in here are those dead leaves and some coffee grinds for now. Oh, and a strawberry. Doesn't look very pleasant in there, but now I'm gonna go downstairs and work out. Later, after working out, I'm gonna get ready for the day and also run to the store because I have to go buy some ingredients to make some jalapeno popper dip because it's one of our friends' birthdays and I'm gonna bring that over. Let's go work out. Let me show you some growth updates from some of my plants. Look at my variegated monstera. This is thriving. It's like no longer just a cutting. And look at that new leaf. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's so full, so much new growth. It's loving the spot by the window, as you can tell. And then over here, when I brought this philodendron silver stripe over, it started growing much more variegated leaves, which, you know, makes sense. It's closer to the light now. And yeah, it's looking much more full. So I just finished making some brownies and I've made a frosting to put on top of it and then some sprinkles. And I also made some jalapeno popper dip. This is just, it hasn't been baked yet. This is a panko and Parmesan topping that needs to be baked so it gets all golden. I made it several times before. And then I also got some Ritz crackers and some tortilla chips to eat with it. Here is the recipe if you want to like screenshot that or something. This is from Pinterest. If I like a recipe enough, I'll just write it down in this book. I have not picked up the camera in like a week, but my Ficus Audrey looks the same, so I will show an update of that later. Same is kind of a good thing. It means that there's no more leaf loss. So yeah, I will show that in a little bit. But I just got out of the shower and I made some banana bread. So I need to clean up all the crumbs there, so please ignore that and the fact that it's in a cake pan. This is my banana bread. It smells amazing and I put chocolate chips in it too. It's like one of the top recipes of banana bread on all recipes, except I didn't use egg. I use a flax egg instead. Husband's currently asleep. I'm surprised he didn't come downstairs yet considering the whole house smells like banana bread, but the corner pieces are so awkward when you use a cake pan for something that I'm gonna cut up into squares, but I could eat all of the corners. That's Milo, of course. So I broke it, but this is what it looks like because we had some old bananas that I really had to use. It's gonna be really hot, but let's try it out. That's delicious. I'm gonna compost tomorrow, but I've shared this before, but I have this that sits on the countertop and it really grosses me out when things get moldy. I have this weird fear of moldy fruits and vegetables, which is really odd because I can see a facelift and like I can be in the operating room and see really gory things and that won't freak me out, but moldy fruit and vegetables, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. It's really great. I try to just fill this up and then I'll put it into something I keep in the freezer because I only compost on Sundays. This won't fit everything until Sunday sometimes, depending on like if I eat a watermelon. So this is really great because it makes it easy and accessible. Once things fill up, I put it in. This right here is a plastic bucket that has a lid and a handle, obviously, so it's perfect and it fits perfectly in here. It takes up quite a bit of room, but this is from Daiso and it was very inexpensive. So when things fill up in here, I put it into the freezer and the other one, and then that one is very portable for me to go compost. I had trouble looking for a plastic bucket with a handle like that because it locks closed too, so I can put it on the back of a bike and then bike to go compost, but I had trouble finding it until I went to Daiso. So I've been in a little bit of a social media rut lately. I talked about it on my Instagram stories and I asked for some suggestions. A lot of people just said to keep doing the same thing that I'm already doing, like the plant care that I show all the time and some lifestyle stuff, some eco-friendly stuff. I did get some requests to do more semi-hydro instructional videos, but to be honest, I don't know what other instructional video I would do besides repeating what I've already done because my whole playlist is how I take care of my semi-hydro plants. I wanted to share some growth updates. So my husband's little potato plant that he forgot about, of course. I mean, who saw that one coming? And I have still been taking care of it, but look, it's growing. I think it looks so cute when it grows. So the Stephania erecta is in semi-hydroponics. It has been in semi-hydroponics ever since we got it in the mail. Yeah, it just required some patience and I take care of it the same as I would any other plant in semi-hydroponics. I haven't ever checked on the roots because I just don't feel like messing with it. It's happy, so I'm not gonna try to pull it out. There's a water reservoir in here with a plastic bag in there that I've been reusing. So as you can see right there, that's where the water level is. Because my husband forgets about his one plant, I just make sure to check on that along with all of my other actual plants. The only thing that's different is when it went dormant. So it grew that cute leaf, that one leaf, and that leaf stuck around for a really long time. When that leaf finally died off, it goes back to looking like a normal potato. By that point, I just stopped watering it, and by that point, I was just letting it dry out. And when spring came back around, I just started taking care of it as I would normally, and here it is. Let me set you down over here. Sorry about the shaky movement. Sometimes I forget that I'm holding a camera. Look how crazy the string of turtles is. So the string of turtles, I have not messed with it. It's still exactly how I put it up. It's still in sphagnum moss. I just make sure to not let it dry out, but look how crazy it's gone. It's kind of growing up. So I feel like when I finally pot this up in semi-hydro, it's going to trail. Yeah, it's grown a crazy amount. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's growing up the container. I could definitely pot that up. I'm not gonna do it today. I've taken care of all the plants already. I did it during the work week. Sometimes I leave it for the weekend, and then other times I just want to get it done during the week. I'll just split up the levels of the house and I'll just water them on different days. My beautiful variegated string of hearts is looking great. I'm actually letting it trail down this way. Look at that. My variegated epiprinum pinnatum. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. This has grown quite a bit, but look how useless that is. Come on, it keeps growing. I should cut that off, but I'm actually just surprised on how long it's kind of stuck around, so I'll just leave it be for now. I thought I would have all of this magical time when I work from home because I'm like, oh, well, I'm at home, so I'll have time to, you know, clean more often. I'll have time to work out more often. But I mean, like, I love that I'm able to be at home with Milo, but it hasn't given me more time to do my daily tasks. I mean, like, I am able to do plant care in the middle of the day, but I still have to work. So another video idea I was thinking of, because I absolutely love home decor. I still have not decorated my office space. You've probably seen glimpses of it when I film up there, or if I'm showing you an update on my set, Ficus Audrey, but it's not really decorated. Everything else in my house is pretty much done. But in regards to the rest of my house, I have done separate room tours on everything. When I was first choosing pieces, I mean, there are definitely things I've splurged on. Like this couch behind me was a splurge. Let me know if you'd be interested in a video that shares what I'm happy I splurged on and what I'm happy I saved on. I don't know, would it be helpful? Oh, I was gonna show you the Ficus Audrey, so let me go upstairs. Okay, so as I said in my last clip about the Ficus Audrey, it has not dropped any more leaves, and you can see that the leaves are green and looking good, so I'm really happy about that. Is it growing? Is that growing? Maybe. Do you see that right there? Not really sure, but I don't think it looks any worse. And that's all I'm really asking for at this point, to not look any worse. If you want to see something really sad, either look at my old Instagram post or look at my video where I first bought that plant because it was gorgeous. And my cutie Milo has just been sleeping this whole time. I don't know if you heard him snoring from the earlier clips. Sometimes he looks like such a puppy still. Like right here, he looks like such a puppy. Hey, sweetie. And then other times, I don't know if he's hyper or if he's hot. I feel like he looks much older. Hey, cutie. Alright, so I think that's going to be the end of this video. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye!